I've been asked many times by now to make some country style ribs, so I did it. The cool thing is we did 2 different methods. I happen to like one more than the other, but it's completely up to you. So I've got the comment several times that I've mentioned in the videos that I don't use fire starters that often. Typically I use my own. You guys know I do a lot of griddle cooking. There's a channel out there called The Flat Top King. If you guys ever seen it, it's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it. However, there's a guy on there that looks exactly like me. Since I clean my griddle so often, like this is basically just high heat oil on a paper towel, and I save them. I ball them up and I put them in a mason jar, and you go up or down. Like if there's too much oil, it'll drain down and soak it up, blah, blah, blah. And so literally I'll just take the oil soaked paper towel. I have Jealous Devil lump on the bottom that's left over from a couple cooks ago. And I've got some kefir briquettes in there. I'm gonna let that go, get it started. And what we have here is what we like to call country style ribs. This has been requested several times, and I basically came to the point where I don't know how to make them. I do know how to make them, but I don't know how you guys want them. Can you make some country style ribs? What's your plan on country style ribs? Love to see you make country style ribs. You guys know that I have a hard time picking between grills. What I want to do is create kind of like that Wheel of Fortune wheel and put all my grills on there and methods, direct heat, smoking, whatever, and spin it, and whatever it comes on, I'll use that day. Instead of today, what I traditionally have done with country style ribs, not filming, has been the direct heat method, 2 burners or 2 zone system, and just let them go. However, Pellets and Pits channel, predominantly pellet grills, can't get away from it. So we fired up the Weber sear wood today. We're using those smoked pecan pellets. You guys know I've been loving those lately. 100% pure pecan shells. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, they make a difference. It's not just me saying it. They're the people that have tried them. They comment below every time I say it, and they thank me all the time. So the idea is we're going to use the Weber Summit grill, charcoal grill, and kind of do a direct heat method. And then we're going to use that Weber sear wood today. It's not a battle of the Webers. It's just 2 different methods, okay? So when it comes to country style ribs, I was at my local Ingles, had a chance to let them show you how they make their country style ribs. This is not traditionally a country style rib. It comes from another part of the pig. But around here, being from East Tennessee, a lot of times, and I mean a lot of times, probably like the butcher said about 80% of the time, that when they promote their country style ribs or do their country style ribs, this is what you're getting. Pork butt that's been sliced and then trimmed down. Some going to have bone in them, some aren't. And that's what we have today. So quickly enough, I'm going to burn through the seasonings. What do we want to start calling this? All seasonings, right?
AP?
Salt, yeah, AP, salt.
AP, smoking AP.
Smoking AP, okay. Salt, pepper, garlic, and seasoned salt. Then I got my that's my barbecue seasoning. And I grabbed my spice that, which has a little jalapeno note in there, and I'm almost out of it. So thank goodness I know somebody that has a new bottle. So we're gonna be able to use that. Kind of like a hodgepodge, because I really don't know what flavor profile I wanna do, even doing the video. However, I do know they're gonna be fantastic. It's simple. You smoke them, you braise them, and you just make sure they're tender. It's super easy, so let's get on to it. This is the boneless style. What he cut off the rib style, so I'm gonna just go half and half, right? So half go on the pellet smoker, half go on the charcoal grill, but they are gonna be seasoned the same. I'm gonna season one of them to give you kind of like the idea of what we're doing, and the rest are just gonna mirror that idea. First things first, that jalapeno note for a little heat. Come back and hit it with that barbecue seasoning. Everything I'm doing on this has some different notes, so that's why it's important. And then the last is going to be that AP. And of course, you can find that recipe for this on our website, pelletsandpits.com. Since we're at 275 on the sear wood, I'm gonna try to do 275 direct heat. We'll see. Probably closer to about 285 to 310, somewhere through there. That seems to be my sweet spot on this. Told you, extremely hard to hit that 275 when you're direct heating. But for some reason, 295 to 310, 285 is a lot easier. All right, about 30 minutes later, I'm just gonna go and flip them. Still plenty of moisture on there, so I'm not worried about spritzing. Grill's been hovering around 290 to 300. Doesn't look bad at all. Of course, on the Weber, I don't really think that we have to flip them. Pretty color. About 2 hours later, anywhere between 175 to 180, something like that. The crazy thing is, even though the Weber's been hovering a little bit higher temperature, about 300, both sets of ribs are just about the same temp, which is kind of weird. Just happened. Alrighty, you guys know that we like to rock a little bit more vinegary style barbecue sauce. First time using it, like anything you do, give the old dab.
That is definitely vinegary.
All right, we'll have to do something. So we're gonna do so what I'm gonna do is actually make a base in here. Okay, seems like a lot, but it's really not, because we're gonna take this and brush our direct heat ribs with it. So I'm gonna make just a little bit more. A little apple juice.
Ooh,
I got you. Your hot sauce of choice. Like I said, I kind of want a little heat on mine. Like anything, just going through your refrigerator, picking out something that you need to get rid of. This was a barbecue sauce that we had left over from the Grill Masters Club that we actually liked a lot. Now, definitely different flavor profile. So let's see what we got here. That actually might do. Ooh, I like that heat.
That's spicy.
I like it.
The kids are not going to eat that.
You think they're going to eat ribs anyways? Just a touch of brown sugar. Why don't you just get regular barbecue sauce if you don't like it sweet? We do like it, just for this today only flavor profile. I was hoping for something different. And I'm going to be doing this all the way through. We're not going to wrap these at all or soak them or anything. Just straight grill. If you notice, I've kind of moved them off the heat, or at least around the edges. And come back over and do the same thing. These ribs, I'm just going to use this bath right here, get them all tossed in it. Kind of get those evenly distributed. Of course, I always have to pick out one that doesn't make it. All right, I'm gonna wrap that in foil, keep it on the smoker, and then we're gonna finish it up covered on the smoker to about 200 to 202 degrees until they're tender, just like you would pork. All right, just like in all barbecue, you got to make a decision. So I got one stubborn rib that's holding everything back. So what I'm gonna do is bring all the fire to this side. So what I'm looking to do, I'm gonna put that right on that seam because it's gonna be a little hotter. And then I'm gonna brush these. And the way my dad do it growing up, I don't really know if there's a right or wrong reason. Dad always used to stack ribs. Did not matter. Dad was always a rib stacker. This is how he would do it. And I kind of do it often too. So we're gonna keep that one alone, try to bring up that temp. And then hopefully be able to mirror all this together. But looking good so far. Added several layers of barbecue sauce. I might have to actually pull those before this one's done. These are average about 190 and this is about 160 degrees, so I don't know what the difference is. With all that pan juice left over, I'm just tossing these ribs in it. You see right there, these are the ones from the grill. I just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. More sauce, but every 15, 20 minutes. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to pick out like which idea you want. I think these would probably be a little more tender. Maybe because I don't know how to cook and I'm used to burnt food, but there is something about getting those little charred bits on those country style ribs that I just absolutely love. I guess you could do a hybrid if you wanted to. You could always do this with your direct heat. After it comes up to about 170, you could probably braise it. And then right at the very end, come back in and grill them to get some like grill marks, you know, open your vents up, stuff like that. Well, look at these things right here. Look at them things right there. Now look at that liquid gold right there.
That'd be.
That's some good.
Can you
dippage.
save that? I know. It looks like a perfect mop sauce.
Oh, yeah, perfect everything. These probably don't even need to. I don't know if you guys can.
So what was the final internal temp on these and these?
I pulled these at 200. They rose about 203. They've been resting that sauce for about 30 minutes. These actually took a little bit longer than expected. I think once I put the aluminum foil on there with that sauce, it really helped pick up the pace on these. And since I kept these direct, as that direct heat fire started calming down, the longer you have direct heat, obviously you're going to lose the cold power. It's going to start raining on us. So it's a lot easier to control the temperatures. I was able to keep it about 280, 285 degrees. But then right at the very end, I opened up all my vents for like the last 20 minutes. It got up to about 400, and I was just rotating the ribs a lot. Saucing and rotating. Not necessarily over the coals, but off the coals. And you can see here the sauce is caramelizing, all that stuff, because that's what I enjoy. So, you know.
So did these also go to 200?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it.
Now this is one of my least favorite cuts of meat. So let's see.
Huh.
Let's see.
That's hot.
Uh-huh.
And let me guess. Oh, that's too big of a bite. I just love the charred bits.
Very good. Very good.
And then this is the pellet grill. Now, you know for a fact the audience is going to say that horse your opinion. Way more tender.
I was just gonna say that's the thing I usually don't like about country style ribs, is they're not as tender.
Well, you don't have to worry about that lamb bite. That's a legit bite right there. I mean, the meat just pulled apart. Still got the smoke ring. A lot softer texture. Yeah.
Those are a little spicy.
Oh my gosh. Which is why I wanted it the way I did it. Because when I was asked to do these, the first thing I thought of was, well, how would you like for me to do them? Because truly in cooking, no matter what you're doing, there's so many different methods and ideas and philosophies and theories. I could do this same exact recipe and still use a pellet grill, still use a charcoal grill, and come out with 2 more different types of methods. So that's what's hard, you know, is coming up with like what method you guys want to see. But you get the benefit of the direct heat, which I love because it chars it. That is just flavor bombed right there. Cyril did a great job, kept temperatures. It's a fantastic pellet grill. So, like I said, it's extremely hard to compare the two, and that's not what this video is about. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends. Dippage. Dippage. Ooh.
Let me see. I know it's a little spicy though, but they are perfectly cooked.
Ooh, that's money right there.
I mean, they are perfectly cooked.
Try this one instead. In the dippage. With
You
the apple
added
juice,
so
the
much
brown
hot
sugar.
sauce.
Or you put the char. That's what I wanted, a little spice.